Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. And my happy present to you is Michael Avenatti being found guilty of extortion. That's right. This jackass actually thought he could extort Nike for $25 million. I mean, he's got like 3 cases going, including one where Stormy Daniels is suing him for like stealing her money from a book deal. I mean, and the other one is where there's like, he stole money from a settlement from like a paraplegic customer, a client of his. What kind of royal jackass is this moron? But I mean, you know, you get on there and you had CNN, everybody's favorite idiot, Brian Stelter, was hyping him up as the next president. You had all the idiots on The View hyping this guy up as the guy that takes on Trump. MSNBC, CNN, all of them. They love this guy. So, of course, he's a scumbag. A lying, degenerate scumbag. I mean, this guy, literally, everyone I know calls him the creepy porn lawyer. I mean, oh, it's so great. It's just, you know, it's like, Trump said you're going to get tired of winning, and this is more winning. Last week was like so ridiculous. I mean, there was like, you know, there was the acquittal. Doesn't matter. They're still going to try to charge Trump with another impeachment because he said an opinion about a friend who got harshly overcharged, Roger Stone. You got, you know, Nancy ripping the speech up and making Democrats freak out and call C-SPAN. I mean, there was like 5 or 6 different things, you know, and I'm just like literally nutshelling in a parking lot right now, trying to like get a feel of them out. But let's look at how comical the Michael Avenatti story is. So first of all, you've got this guy who, I don't know how many times I've seen this guy. He gets on some interview so overly self-assured of himself, and he used the phrase constantly. It was like, and I'm paraphrasing because I'm doing this without notes. Well, you've seen my record, and you know I always get my man. No, dude, I haven't seen this guy win one yet. Maybe he did before he got started with this crap. But the second, I mean, there's people online that talk about the Trump curse, and they talk about things that didn't age well. And it's constant, you know, just proving over and over and over. It's like you go after Trump. The next thing you know, things start blowing up. You know, you might just get like ear cancer, and or end up like that crazy woman in The Believers, and a bunch of ants start crawling out of a hole in your face. I don't even know. It's like, yeah. But this guy keeps going out there, and he's like, "Well, you've seen what I've done," and it's like, "Nah, dude. All we've seen is you talking a big game." I mean, that dude talked a big game. And when you look at the transcript of the recorded call, this guy literally thought he had been hyped up so much by the liberal media. He thought he was just that great, and he could just talk that much junk, and he could throw his, was it gravitas? He could just throw his weight around and just be like, "Well, you know me, and you know what I can do," and blah. So they released the transcript of this phone call, and this guy's cussing at somebody at Nike. I think one of their attorneys, for God's sake. And it's like, do you have any idea how JV team you are compared to Nike's lawyers? Nike's lawyers literally, to be a Nike lawyer, you probably have to have like some new level of degree from a higher college than Harvard. You gotta have like a law degree from Odin, god of Bumbletree. I don't even know what Odin is. You know what I'm saying? Just like next level ridiculous lawyers. And this jackass goes in talking his like Bush League D-baggery, like, "Do you know who I am?" Dude, they're looking at him like, "Yeah, you're a bug, and we're gonna squish you, and it's gonna be humiliating." And not only that, not only did they not pay him a nickel, not only did he like completely get nothing from it, they're talking about 42 years on this case. Just on this case, that he just got found guilty. Now, of course, he's got a team of lawyers, and they all look like hacks. I mean, I think that the one that was in front of the mic was a nice lady who seemed lost and had like a big fake fur coat on or something. It was just sad. And some other guy who looked Bush League, chiming in during the whole thing. Well, he's a fighter. He's a strong guy. Shut up. Shut up. He's a loser. He's a losing guy. He loses a lot. And now he loses more. So you got 42 years on this one. Then you got the Stormy Daniels one, which is straight up, he stole money. Then you got the paraplegic guy. If he goes down for 2 of these, he rots in jail. And the sad fact is, as ridiculous as this moron is, he's probably like, when it comes to Democrat frontrunners in the presidential campaign right now, he probably would do a less horrible job than the top 4. I saw something earlier, probably today, probably yesterday. The days are blending together. This year is already storming through my skull. And I saw a thing where they're like, okay, so you got a crazy old socialist who's leading the pack. You've got a failed mayor who did a god-awful job who's following up there. After that guy, you've got someone that no one can pronounce her name who eats salad with combs. That's right. She once ate a salad using a hair comb because she didn't have silverware. Lady, seriously? It'd have been less gross if you used your fingers. I've done it. I've literally picked up the salad pieces with fingers. To use a hair comb? And then to give it to one of her underlings and be like, clean this off now. That is exact. And she said it was a mom move. Yeah, if your mom's a nutbag, if your mom is mommy dearest. So that's funny. That's your top 3 right now, this week. It could change next week. Because, of course, creepy Uncle Joe, he's counting on the blacks and browns peoples in South Carolina. I mean, it's so distasteful. He even released an ad that says, we ain't no ways tired, which is ripping off the crappy fake black speak that Hillary Clinton did. I mean, the ass clownery of this moron is so phenomenal, he literally could win the award for president of Clown World, at minimum. He's stumbling, he's calling his supporters pony head liars. Wait, what is it? Pony face, stupid liar. I don't even know. It's so stupid, it's not even in my lexicon of ridiculous insults. That's how bad it is. It is literally that horrific. Joe's lost his damn mind. He came in 5th because Elizabeth Warren, that's right, fake Indian, fake struggling mom, that got passed over from a promotion because she was pregnant, but we found out that was a lie. Fake everything. I mean, there's 5 lies deep on this chick, that are just straight up, all of them are deal breakers, but the liberal media turns their heads so much on these guys. They let them get away with this stuff to where they think they can just lie all the time and get away with it. So those are your top 5. Biden, who they thought was the front runner, hasn't even come in the top 3 in the 2 in the in the caucus or the primary. And then you've got Bloomberg, who hasn't come in anything in either one of those 2, who's spending hundreds of millions of dollars. Meanwhile, the press, of course, is turning their head and ignoring tapes of this guy talking about, throwing minority kids up against the wall and frisking them for their guns. And you only need to put cops in the minority areas. I mean, dude, it's not even there's certain things that you could say that might make sense. He's not saying that, though. The stuff he's saying sounds like crazy old redneck sheriffs in some South Georgia town in the 70s. He's not saying it we find that in minority areas there's more crime, so we'll need to police those heavier. No, he's saying we only need to send cops with a Xerox picture of the same description of a minority boy between 18 and 25 to these minority areas, and then we need them to throw them up against the walls and frisk them. That's literally what he's saying. I'm paraphrasing. I'll say that, but if you listen to the tapes, that's what he's saying. So there's your top 6. Meanwhile, Tulsi Gabbard, who had half a brain for a Democrat, I mean, that's a compliment, believe it or not, who wasn't completely ridiculous. I mean, she was, when it comes to Democrats, they're obviously not going to align with most of my viewpoints anymore, but at least she had a chance. The great thing is, if the Democrat Party would have given her support, she actually probably could have beat Trump, because you've got someone who's younger, not ugly, old, and weird, hasn't been busted for any hilariously bad lies, who doesn't have any strong, horrible opinions, but she's more like center-left, or like left with a smidge of center. She's not far left and nuts. But the problem here is, you'll find that they don't want someone that might think for themselves. And she does. She thinks for herself. She talks against things she disagrees with, and therefore they could never stand that. They want someone who follows and does what they want. That's why they love Biden so much, because pretty much Biden will line up and give them whatever scumbag thing they want. You know, whatever kind of laws they want to squish through, whoever's, grandson or nephew needs a job, he'll figure it out. He'll turn an eye to all the corruption. That's why they love that guy. That's why they like Elizabeth Warren. That's why that's the top 2 in all the polls, because the media, which listens to everything that the Democrat Party tells them to say, was told, or I'm guessing, I'm just hypotenusing, but that's what the deal is. So those people would follow the Democrat Party platform. They'd be able to be bossed around. But then you got Bernie Sanders, who's leading right now. The reason they stole it from him last time, the reason they're trying to steal it right now by throwing in, Bloomberg's stupid ass, by propping up Joe Still for no apparent reason, is because Bernie, even though he, does a lot of the same stuff, and obviously he'll fall in line if he has to, like he did when Hillary stole the election from, or the nomination. But Bernie might change his mind. He's also, he can't hide how much socialist he is. And therefore, they know that they can't run a socialist against Trump and win, so they're going to lose. Which, in my opinion, would be the smartest thing for that party, but they're too stupid to realize it. If they put Bernie, and he's a socialist, and he loses, they can weed out Bernie, AOC, Rashida Tlaib, all the crazy lefties in the party, and make them at least shut up so that they seem like they're closer to the left, like center. Because they're not going to win elections being crazy super left yet. No matter how much, how many blue checkmark Twitterati are out there hollering and screaming and acting like they have more of a amount of the vote than they do. So every smart turn the Democrats should do, they're not doing. They should have propped up Tulsi. They could have even, if Kamala Harris wouldn't have decided to hide from her own record and just said, you know what, I believe in this goofy stuff, but I am tough on crime, she could have actually probably won. But she decided to go super crazy left, and her record doesn't support that, and she was knocked out. I don't even know if Cory Booker's left yet. Does anybody know if Cory Booker's left? I mean, they're going to let Bloomberg pay his own way into the next debate, I hear, but Cory Booker couldn't get enough for the last 2, I think. Of course, his god-awful Spanish alone should have disqualified him. So, I mean, these are your levels of clown. When Michael Avenatti seems less painful than the top 3 or even top 5, and he is a complete and utter scumbag, devoid of any kind of moral compass, you have to say to yourself, they're losing their mind. The bad thing is that I have to reiterate on a daily basis, every day, to my friends that are like, dude, Trump landslide 2020. Yeah, that's great. And if we didn't live in clown world, I would agree. You've got a president, despite having a horrible Twitter finger, who has, by all means, he's gone out there And he has somehow, by reducing regulation and reducing taxes and, talking to countries and working with trade deals, given us a ridiculously booming economy. Of course, everybody in the mainstream media wants to say somehow this is, the 11th and 12th year of the Obama financial plan, which is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Which is impossible, because everything, literally the day that he got elected, the stock market shot up because they knew what was going to happen. You've got some guy who's in there working with, all these countries who've been taking advantage of us and basically making them shut up. Iran and North Korea, who might have actually been a danger to a small area of ours, are shutting up. ISIS doesn't exist really, except for a few wackos. But I mean, literally, you could probably say that, the Heaven's Gate cult is as powerful nowadays because there's 10 guys in the middle of Arizona that probably still believe in it. You know what I'm saying? It's like that bad. So, all these things combined, and if the Democrats literally weren't fighting against him, it would be ridiculous how unstoppable America is. And like I said, he's not perfect, obviously. Even Bill Barr is like, dude, shut up, bro. Let me do my job. Got it. And I wish he would. If William Barr, the Attorney General, if he would get off his butt and start throwing some people in jail, it would be so helpful. Like I said with Avenatti, I mean, dude, he was convicted. He's found guilty today. They're talking about 42 years on this guy. And because it's Nike and as much money and power as they have, he might go down. I mean, when you mess with somebody with that much money, with a corporation that powerful, there's a pretty good chance you're going down, because he's pretty good chance that Nike owns people in politics that are more connected and better than him. And he fucked up. He got cocky. And it was stupid. And that's why he's probably going to go to jail. Now, I don't know how long he's going to stay. If he's there for 10 years, it's funny enough. So that's just where we're kind of full circling here. The whole, there's so many ways to say it, but you don't want to make it sound like you're a crazy conspiracy theorist, but that's what it is. It's the deep state. It's the political elite. I mean, I hate these terminologies, but you have to label it. There are people in this world that are untouchable. I mean, that do horrible things. And Avenatti thought he'd already got there, but he hadn't got there yet. He didn't have enough dirt on the right people yet. He hadn't been in their little club long enough. He was literally like a freshman, and he needed to go for his doctorate. You know what I'm saying? Until you have your doctorate, until you're like a 70-year-old, wrinkled, disgusting piece of garbage, Hillary Clinton, Nancy Pelosi, Schumer, Schiff, Nadler, do you get away with murder? Now, obviously, there's people in the intelligence. I think it was Schumer that actually said this. Now you mess with intelligence, they've got all these ways to get you. Okay. Avenatti was not in intelligence. He was just a creepy porn lawyer who had done some things to win his graces in with these people. But until you've got dirt and you know where the bodies are buried, so to speak, then don't jump the gun, buddy. Don't try to go to the cool kids frat party until you've done something correctly and been accepted into the frat. And that's why you're going to go to jail now, because you believed your hype, because you thought little Brian Stelter was correct and you're so great and important. And the hags on the View. Ugh. Even the token Republican is vomitous on that show. But I'm not going to get into McCain, his daughter, his wife, even though I love to point out that his wife said, oh, we all knew about, Epstein, and how creepy he was, but we didn't have anything. Are you kidding me, dude? I knew about Epstein 10 years ago, and I am nobody. Epstein, I'll do a separate thing on that guy soon. Once I get all the video junk going, I want to do a whole thing on Epstein and the fact that he's Bigfoot. And Epstein, there's a perfect example. Creepy porn lawyer Michael Avenatti was not Epstein. He was not even on the same planet as Epstein. Epstein finally, because it was just too impossible to hide, got taken out. I mean, dude, people were memeing that this guy was about to suicide himself, was about to get suicided by the Clintons, was about to get killed in prison the day he got put in there. And then whoever the deep state are, you know what I'm saying? The men in black, whatever you want to call them, you see what I'm saying? That's why he's Bigfoot. Because whoever they were that took him out, because nobody believes he killed himself, they did it so brazenly, and still no one's going down for it. I mean, if you look at the stack of evidence, there's no way to hide from it. Every single sign points to he was taken out by whatever you want to call them. The deep state, the Illuminati, the political elite. And Avenatti, buddy, you were not there yet. You weren't even a quarter Epstein. But you're going to jail. And hey, you know what's really good? Since you're not even a quarter Epstein, you might actually live through it. Good luck with that, buddy. That's all for today. Thank you for listening. Hopefully more coming soon. Happy Valentine's Day.